call and come inside to R2's kitchen. What's he gonna cook today? I bet it's bitchin'. If you're feeling hungry, then this is the place to be. It's R2's kitchen. What's the name? It's R2's kitchen. Crushed it. Hello and welcome to another episode of R2's Kitchen, where I'm R2 and this is my kitchen. Now, every great franchise deserves a trilogy, and every trilogy needs to finish with a two-parter. I know. You're welcome. So on today's episode, I'll be sticking with the pizza theme, obviously, but I'll be making a pizza that I like to call the fancy pizza. So what is a fancy pizza, you ask? Well, it can't just be defined by a couple of ingredients on one pizza. So, I'll be making two. Bam! Enter the two-parter. Okay, so now, for fancy pizza number one, I'm going to use, for the base, I'm sticking with these handcrafted and stone-baked pizza bases because I actually really like them and I'm too lazy to make my own. So I'm going to be using this for both of the fancy pizzas. We're going to start off with a basil, cashew, parmesan pesto as the base. Then the next layer will be baby spinach with slivers of a very finely cut pumpkin. And yes, that's right, I said pumpkin. Then for cheese, I have some cherry bocconcini and some feta in this container here. And then sprinkled with some toasted pine nuts. Oh, I can taste it already. It's going to be amazing. So stick around for after that pizza to see fancy pizza number two. So there you have it, guys. This is fancy pizza number one. Just look at the different colors, the white, the orange, and the green with the pine nuts spread over top. Oh, looks very simplistic, but it's gonna taste fantastic. So we're gonna whack that in the oven. Typical 30 minutes, 200 degrees, you know the drill. Then we'll come back in about 25 minutes just to check on it. But I think a good solid 30 minutes is the way to go. So we'll chuck that in, top shelf, and now I'll show you how to make the fancy pizza number two. Okay guys, while fancy pizza one is cooking in the oven, let me show you the ingredients that I'm going to use for fancy pizza number two. We're going to start off using the same base as we used in the first pizza, that stone wood and handcrafted pittery type base. For the sauce, we're using a summer grilled vegetable sauce. Then I'm going to bombard it with marinated artichoke hearts. Yes, oh, trust me, it works. Then lay gently down some sun-dried tomatoes. and some sliced black olives. And I'm going to use some of the cherry bocconcini that I have left over from the first fancy pizza, and then I'm going to smother it in some parmesan. Oh, I think this one's going to be better than the first one. So stick around. We're going to take the first one out of the oven, give that a look, and then I'm going to put the second one in the oven and let that cook. And then we're going to be in heaven, baby. Times 2. This one, guys, fancy pizza number 2, ready to go into the oven and melt all that cheese on top of the cheese, on top of the olives, on top of the sun-dried tomatoes, on top of the artichoke hearts. Smell that? Smells like victory. So I'm going to chuck this one, tray 2, fancy pizza number 1 is still cooking. Once that one's done, we'll check it out, then we'll check this one out, then we'll eat them both, and I've even got a fancy beer to match with. So I'll stick this in. Oh, the smell of the fancy pizza number 1 just came wafting up into my face, up my nostrils, and into my belly. Awesome. First pizza is done, let's check it out. Let me see. This'll do. Oh yes, yes. Look at that. The cheese has goldened quite nicely. The pumpkin has crisped and turned into like chips, and the pine nuts. Let me taste the pine nuts. Woo, woo. That is awesome. We're going to cut it up. We're going to try it, and then we're going to match the perfect beer with it. Okay. Alrighty, it is the taste test time. Now I've cut little pieces this time, for obvious reasons. If you've seen my previous episode, you don't take big bites. So, that was still a pretty big bite. Oh, it's got a bit of sweetness to it from the basil pesto as the sauce I've used there. But the 2 different kinds of cheeses gives it that savouriness, and the pumpkin just adds a little bit of sweetness also. Oh, that was so good. Now, because we're having fancy pizza, I have a fancy beer. Oh, this is the Crown Lager Golden Ale. And it is, as the bottle states, Australia's finest. Now, oh yeah, this is lightly golden roasted malt and barley and hops. Oh yeah, it's just a little bit fancy. I think I need some more of this fancy pizza number 1. The The spinach hasn't wilted down too much. Base is nice and crunchy. Followed by that beer. Oh, amazing. Fancy pizza number 2 is cooking. That should be done really soon. So stick with me. You won't be disappointed. Some more beer. Well, fancy pizza number 2 is done. Well, I think it's done. I'm going to open the oven, pull it out, check it out, see if it's done. Then I'm going to cut it up. We're going to try it. I'm going to match another beer with it. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, straight away. I smell it and it's done. Hang on. Whoa. Don't ever do that, kids at home. That is very hot. There it is. Actually, I probably had it the right way before. There it is. Wish you could see it the way I could see it. Oh yeah. The sun-dried tomatoes have gone nice and crispy. The cheese, both cheeses have gone nice and brown on top, so you're not going to get that crunch. The base on the edge is going to be nice and crunchy. Let's cut this bad boy up and let's do a taste test and let's match this beer. Okay, it's tasting test time. Tasting test? It's taste testing time. Oh, I think this one out of the 2 is my favorite, so save the best for last. Oh, let's give this a go. Oh yeah. There is so much tomato going on in this, but you've got the sun-dried tomato, which is a little bit sweeter. You've got the grilled summer vegetable tomato paste that is very savory, and then the 2 cheeses that just goes with it so well. Then you've got the olives, which brings that nice saltiness to it, that the bocconcini offsets with its nice creaminess. It all just goes in so well. And then the artichoke hearts give that nice smooth texture, soft, chewable texture that is just amazing. Oh, it's so good. And again, to match that pizza, I'm going with the Crown Golden Ale. Oh, I swear I'm going to go with it. It's a twist up. Oh wait, but first, before I have this one, I have to finish the other one. Oh. So that's Golden Ale, Australian beer, with this awesome pizza. Oh, yeah, this one definitely better than the first, although the first one is so good too. Together, that is heaven. It's still good. It's still good. So, thanks for sticking around for this 2-parter. I know it was epic, and now I know you're probably hungry. So go and cook them. Give them a try. Tell me what you've been cooking in your kitchen lately. And remember, #DNation.